Hello everyone. So Dwarven Mines came out, so that's cool. I was looking at a very interesting entity called Ghosts. So let's head over to Dwarven Mines. Now usually the way people would do it is try to basically use the best gear possible. I'm using Shadow Assassins right now. So initially what I would do is I would sit in a corner like over there. So I would just either go like this. I'm using Mithril Golem Pet because it gives true protection. If you didn't know, ghosts basically do true damage. So if a bunch of them are like stacked like this towards you, yeah, you should run away. Try to focus on one at a time. That's the best way to like grind ghosts. Now the reason why people want to grind ghosts is because of the armor, or I guess the piece they drop, which is called Sorrows. And if we quickly look at Sorrow armor, the cheapest stuff, which is the boots, right? The cheapest boots is 7.8 mil. Now the way you make them is I was lucky enough to get a singular piece of Sorrow. So I'll show you real quick. So you need 3 per. So essentially 24 times 3, which is 70. Yeah, whatever. It's 24 times 3. Yes, it's 72, I think. You need that to make full set. Now the reason why full set is really good is not only does it give you mining speed, which is about 200, I believe. Yeah, it also gives you magic find, which is plus 20. And if you didn't know, magic find, what people used to do is during Yeti fishing, is they would fish out the Yeti and then they would swap to superior armor and then kill the yep, see that guy went there, he died immediately to the ghost. So they would swap to superior armor and then kill the Yeti for extra magic find. And obviously having a high pet score like I do gives you extra magic find. And there's also the community upgrade, which gives you more magic find, which is here, which I've maxed out. So you can also enhance your magic find by going to the bed shop enrichments and then going to the magic find enrichments, which only apply to legendary and mythic. So I mean, that's really up to you if you want that plus 0.5 magic find. But yeah, so yeah, what you want to do is once you head over to the ghosts, right? Having extra magic find, especially having a god pod, like is pretty helpful. So god pod essentially helps you get pretty stacked, so you can actually take on the ghosts, and also gives you magic find. And god pods are pretty cheap, about 300 400k I would say. So he is in Shadow Assassins, right? And he is going to be struggling hard because he's going to be moving around a lot, essentially. Now, this is not a bad strat, like essentially singling them out one at a time and then just sort of like killing them like that. If you really want, like, if you don't have a Livid Dagger and only have a Flower of Truth is not bad for doing like multiple entities damage. But for that, I would recommend using Baby Yeti Pet if you want more defense, which is here. But then I wouldn't recommend it actually because you do need true protection. Now, Baby Yeti Pet does give defense, which is, I guess it's kind of okay, but not really at the same time. Best thing to do is simply just either isolate them one at a time, like this one right here, or you want to essentially do my strat. And now this is not my strat, let me rephrase, I'm sorry. This is a strat which was shown by one of my viewers, and I'm sure other people have done this, maybe other YouTubers have done this as well. Now I haven't seen any video, full disclaimer, about this being used and the way it's being used. I'm sure other people have done it, so I fully endorse whoever gets the credit. I made a slight adjustment to the method, and that's all. That's all I did. So this is the best pot in my opinion to grind because I mean, one of them will come at a time, but usually you'll see like not all of them are coming at the same time, so usually they'll get stuck down there. And you are pretty safe because this is like the point where they kind of aggro towards you. Like, yeah, as you can see, that creeper is trying to come towards me, but they really can't. And best thing to do at this point is go to options, go to your video settings, And first of all, make your brightness moody, so it's a little darker. Make sure you don't have full bright. If you go to smooth lighting, yes. So you can see my smooth lighting was off initially, and everything, as you can see, super bright. But if you go to video settings and switch on smooth lighting, it's a little bit darker, not too much. Like there's like a shadow over there, right? So if I go to video settings and then, so you see how the shadow's gone? So there's a little bit of a shadow put into it. If I do maximum smooth lighting, right? So essentially you can see the creepers, even when they're like over there. So let's lure a creeper nearby, right? So this creeper is coming towards me. Okay, that's fine. Now, as you can see, it's not that it's not completely visible, but you can at least have a decent idea where they are. And all you got to do is have a phantom rod. They're pretty cheap, about 3 mil. It's really not a bad investment for the gains you might possibly have. Essentially what you do is hook mobs or ghosts with this, and as you can see, the phantom rod's ability, which is to like spook mobs, it sort of highlights nearby mobs as well. So best thing to do is simply do this. All you got to do is stand in one place and farm. This is essentially a pretty safe way to grind sorrows, because this way you are able to, you don't have to move a lot. You can essentially grab a lot of them and just farm like this. And the best part is, in case they're far away, they're a little bit too far. Creeper, stop. I'm recording a video, creeper. Just... Alright, I finally got one. So if you want to lure like a bunch of them, you can simply hook them towards you, and then you can kill them like that. Again, super simple. It's really convenient. I'm sure this is going to be fixed someday. A pretty simple technique, and this way you can essentially grind. Maybe if you do an R, you'll at least get, I would say maybe an R you can probably get up to 6, 7 maybe if you have decent magic find. Like currently my magic find is like above 150. So a decent amount of magic find. And not only that, you can also find plasma, which doesn't sell for much, like just 50k. But then you also have a bag of coins. They sell for like 1 million if you trade it to the shopkeeper. And there's also, it's called a Volta fuel, which applies 10,000 drill fuel. Again, it's not a lot, but at least it's something. No need to worry about like singling them out. Obviously, Livid Dagger Rush like this is pretty fast, but like when you risk the chance of dying essentially, and if you don't have a booster cookie, well, good luck to you. But yeah, it's so useful. I don't think it's gonna get patched. I don't know how you would even patch something like this. But yeah, if you do the smooth lighting thing, you can pretty much, and even with your spooked like lore, right? If you just want a hint of where the nearby mobs are, just throw your bait like that. You'll see like a bunch of invisible or visible, I guess, textures underneath, beside them, and then you'll be able to kill them super fast. So there was another thing which I had tried to do essentially, and that is to change the white glass texture. As you can see, well, I don't really have anything to show my glass, but yeah, this is supposed to be a white color, but it's black because I changed all my glass textures to be from white to be completely black, and I changed it, as you can see. And you might think that like it's much more easier and visible, but that's not true. Like that right there is creepy. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest changing the textures. I already tried. It's best to just use the technique. I mean, it's kind of easier to see. It's not the worst thing, so if you want, you can. I'll link this texture pack below. It's actually my texture pack, not my texture pack, but the one which I use just with black glasses. Glasses meaning the glass textures are black. I'll link it down in the description, so if you want to download it, feel free to do it. But yeah, it's not that much easier. I guess it's kind of easier. So yeah, I would suggest doing this too if you want, with smooth lighting and everything like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you learned something at least. I don't know if someone else has done it. I'm sorry if this was a copied video and I already knew this technique. Again, I just wanted to like make this video as fast as possible the moment I heard about it. And using that smooth lighting technique, it made a little bit easier to spot them at least, because the texture, which was the white paint stained glass, is pretty difficult to look through because of mist, quote unquote, whatever it's called. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks.